My name's Joanna Hicks and I'm 64 years old and I live in London, West London. I probably wouldn't swim a marathon or something like that. Yeah, I think, I've always thought I was a good swimmer. I mean, as a child, we would go on holiday to the south coast, and so my summer holidays were always spent swimming in the sea, in the English Channel. Every year, I always make a point of wanting to get into the sea around the British Isles somewhere. Phillipa and Bob, who are very, very good friends of mine, and I've known them for a long time. I've known Phillipa since I was at university with her. I probably go on holiday with them once or twice a year, maybe, and so this was probably quite last minute. Just a normal holiday we were having on the most beautiful part of the countryside, enjoying the surroundings, and as we normally did, went for a morning dip. And it was my last day up, so that was the day when I went in, and it was just very different. I can't really tell you what happened. I went in, I thought, oh my God, this isn't right, and I couldn't get foothold anywhere. And the waves were relentless as well, and then I don't remember anything else. So I lost consciousness.
I am Matty McLeod. I am an RNLI supervisor, but was an RNLI lifeguard here at Newgale. I was putting my washing on the line when I got the phone call about Joanna. Everything started going from there. That's where the ball started rolling. Drove down and saw that the lifeboat was here. Thought everything was okay, and then quickly realised it wasn't, and that's sort of when my training kicked in. Ran down, saw her friends and asked them what had been going on. Realised that she was in the water still and popped out on the board. There she was face down, so turned her over, ditched the board and started to drag her back in. There was a nurse on the beach who started doing CPR, and then the paramedics turned up, and the Coast Guard and the air ambulance. There was a little moment where we were sort of sat on the beach and the paramedics were doing what they were doing, and I just sort of thought, well, what do I want for my mum in that situation? And so I just sat there and held her hand, because as much as there's a lot of people around her, she seemed pretty lonely at that point.
I cannot imagine what Phillipa and Bob must have been thinking at the time. And what, they must have been half an hour more on the beach wondering where I was and trying to get me out.
And then we swiftly moved her off the beach into the air ambulance. At that point, I thought I'd never see her again.
My friends had been told on the beach I had less than a 1% chance of survival, so the paramedics said, really, this is very serious, and they didn't think I would survive. So when I came round 10 days, 2 weeks later, everybody was completely astonished. I was completely compos mentis. I mean, I'd been, normally you'd have some sort of, after effects or damage or, something. The only thing I had was I couldn't feel the end of my left index finger, and that was the only thing that was slightly wrong.
So it was pretty surreal to know that she was completely fine. But it just goes to show that the training that we do is to a super high standard, and we've prepared for moments like this, and it was just really nice to see sort of a positive outcome from our job.
It's the first time that I've been back on a beach in the UK for 2 years. Absolutely wonderful to meet Matty. He's a brilliant guy and I feel honoured to have met him.
We train rescues like that almost every week, whether it's rescues in the surf like it would be today, or first aid training, so if we have people that fall ill on the beach. So we're extremely prepared, and we go through command training as well, so when incidents like that kick off, we know how to manage those incidents and make sure that everybody who comes to the beach goes home nice and safe.
You know, I do watch the TV programmes occasionally, and I watch all those, and you always think, well, you think that could never happen to me. And then you realise that actually it could. The RNLI is a charity, you know, and it doesn't exist without contributions from the public, like me. And so without doing things like that, they wouldn't be able to do what they do. So of course I'm going to support them. And now, having had the experience I've had and experienced the amazing way they dealt with my incident and managed to save me, of course I'm going to support them, because they wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be here today, without these charitable donations. And you know, I will remember them. I will. That is my, you know, the least I can do.